guys, it's Jessie V. So I'm sure you read this title and freaked out a little bit. So before I move on, I think I should explain something very important. Most of you know that I am in a relationship with Kyle. So just to clear things up, no, he was not the one who cheated on me. So please don't attack him. He is an innocent man. We're still together. We're still fine and dandy. This story actually takes place a few months before Kyle came into my life. So it's a totally different guy. So I just thought that I would clear that up before you guys were like,
"Where is Kyle? I must destroy him. He breaks Jessie's heart, I break his face."
yeah, no need for that. Don't worry. Everything is cool. This story takes place at the beginning of my grade 11 year, and the guy who cheated on me was named Steve. And yes, that is actually his real name because revenge is great. No, it's actually because I don't know what else to call him. Stanley, big fat cheater dude, heartbreaker 101. I cheat on girls even when they're in the hospital on their deathbeds. Yeah, see, I have no idea. So Steve, this is for you. I really don't think he'll watch this anyways. And if he does, I really don't feel bad for him. Bad things happen when you cheat, okay, Steve? So let us get into the story. The summer before grade 11, Steve messaged me on Facebook. He went to my school and we had never spoken in person before, so to be honest, I was really surprised that he was talking to me, especially because he was this super outgoing, good-looking guy on the football team. Blonde, pointy jaw, looked like Johnny Bravo Jr., and I was this shy girl with frizzy hair that sat in the library all day. We were constantly talking over Facebook and text message for like a good 3 weeks, like literally all day and all night. And then finally, he asked me out on a date to the movies. And I was good with the movie date for the first time ever hanging out with him because I'm a super awkward person. And on movie dates, you really don't have to talk that much. You pretty much just sit beside each other and watch the movie. It's the easiest thing ever, especially for awkward people like me. It's like, hi, hello, how are you? Want some popcorn? Me neither. Let's go watch the movie. And that's all you say. That's all you say. So that's what we did. And it was actually a pretty nice date. We talked more than I expected, and I started to like him quite a bit. And to look back on it now, I have no idea why. Because he was a pretty boring guy. There was no uniqueness to him. You know when you're talking to somebody and they constantly give like one-word answers and it ends up feeling like you're interviewing them? That's kind of how it was, but I didn't see it back then. And he talked about football all the time, and I didn't know anything about football. So I was just kind of sitting there pretending like,
"Oh yeah, I know that, yes. Of course, yes.
So anyways, when summer was over and school started, we continued going on dates, like all throughout September. And then this one particular day, we were out for coffee, and he didn't exactly say that we were boyfriend and girlfriend, but he did the whole,
"Okay, so neither of us are allowed to see anybody else. It's just you and I together, me and you, babe. Okay? Okay, babe? Yes? Okay, babe?"
which I mean, come on, what else would that mean aside from girlfriend and boyfriend? I don't know, that's how I interpreted it, but who knows. Then October rolls around and my health is terrible. My lung actually ends up collapsing to an almost fatal point. I made a whole video about it last year, so I'm not going to go into details right now because there's so many, and all the things you need to know is in the video that I made last year. It was the worst experience of my entire life, so if you guys want to watch that video and kind of catch up, I will put that in the description for you. You could pause and watch it right now or watch it after, whatever your heart desires. So I had a bunch of surgeries, and as you can imagine, I was in and out of the hospital for a long time. It was like almost a month, and I never left a bed. If it was either at the hospital or my house, I just never left a bed. I was never walking. I was always lying down trying to heal. So I couldn't do anything. I always needed help. And guess who never showed up to see me? Not even once. Guess. Just guess. Guess. Mr. Steve. I mean, he called me a few times to say he was thinking about me and that he wished he was there to comfort me. Like, if you were really thinking about me that much, why not come and see me? It's not that hard. I'm not in prison. I'm in a hospital with visiting hours. It really started putting everything into perspective for me about him. Things that I never saw before, I was starting to see. I began to notice that when things got tough, he ran for the hills. He pulled a Julie Andrews in Sound of Music. He ran up that hill, spinning in circles like no tomorrow, away from Jessie, into the mountains and far away. The hills are alive with no sound of Steve anywhere. So one day, my best friend comes over to spend some time with me because I'm sick and she actually cares, unlike Steve. And at this point, it's about 2 weeks after my surgery, so I'm just at home resting. She brought me some books and some chocolate bars, which I was very grateful for. 2 of my favorite things. And yeah, we just start to watch a movie. I don't remember what it's called, but we watched a movie. And halfway through it, she pauses it and looks at me with the saddest expression ever. And I was like, I know I'm injured, but I'm gonna survive, I promise. Don't look at me like I'm about to die. And she was like, no, Jess, I actually have something to tell you. And she proceeds to tell me that a few people at our school saw Steve at the movies with this girl. And the girl she was talking about I had seen around school a few times, but I had never really talked to her. Apparently they were holding hands and kissing in the theater, cuddling up together, putting popcorn in each other's mouths. Ugh. And when she told me this, I wasn't extremely surprised because he had been so distant. So I knew he was up to something already, but I was still hurt, you know, like it's human to still feel sad. Like I didn't really feel good enough. I felt like because I got sick, I wasn't important anymore. Like the girl he was seeing was away at hospital and that was the opportunity to get away with cheating. Like how horrible is that? And yeah, we had only been together for 3 months, I know, but it still hurts. I remember after my friend left, I tried calling him to discuss what I heard, and he was not picking up. He was being extremely immature about it. So the only way I could tell him I knew was through text message, which I hate doing. So I sent him some pretty angry text messages. Pretty much told him that I hope I never saw his face again. His little pointy jaw, beach hair face. And guess what? That coward never responded to my text. Never. He was gone like the wind. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Like, come on, if you were done with me just because my lung collapsed, at least have the decency to tell me that. You don't just move on without vocalizing that. But oh my gosh, guess who did message me? That girl he made out with at the movies sent me a message. She just had the audacity to message me on Facebook and say not to be upset at her man and that he can't help it if he likes her more than me. She also said that she does not want to see my name pop up on his phone ever again and to delete any selfies we took together. Like, who are you? Who are you? I was like, okay, honey, you can have him. You can have him. I am transferring him to you. Take him forever. Run off into the mountains together singing for all I care. Thank goodness he was out of my life because maybe if he was still in it, I wouldn't have met Kyle. Kyle came into my life a few months after Steve and we've been together ever since. So things definitely happen for a reason. I am so glad I dodged that Johnny Bravo bullet. Go talk about football with your new bae. Anyways, that is the end of this story. I thought you guys would enjoy it. I do not miss him one bit. Thank goodness. As usual, my social media information is below, along with my vlog channel and my P.O. Box information, so check that out. And until next time, guys, bye!